my climate control hasn't been working smoothly. I mean, my AC still blows cold and my heater still blows hot. But sometimes when I turn the knob, sometimes it just doesn't turn on. If I hit a bump or like a speed bump or something, then it'll turn on. But if I hit another bump, it'll turn off. And then if I hit another bump, then it'll turn on again. I know it's not completely broken because it still blows cold and hot. So I've got to get to the bottom of this. It's got to be something's just not clicking together. So of course, the very first thing I did was take apart the dash. I just wanted to see the guts of my climate control and make sure the shift knob was shifting properly. I just wanted to make sure that the guts of my climate control was in line with the shifting knob. Now that I got the climate control outside of my dash, I'm just going to look over everything. I know the circuit board's not the problem, but I'm gonna look at that too, just in case. I also looked at the little stick things that stick out of the shift knobs, just to make sure they weren't broken. But wait, isn't this super cool? I like taking things apart and looking at the guts. It's always super cool to see how things work. Anyway, everything actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. So since this looks good, all I can think of is my blower motor's probably broken, or my blower resistor, or maybe even both. Alright, let's check our blower motor and our blower resistor. Hopefully the blower motor just needs a good cleaning and the blower resistor just needs its connections cleaned. If not, we're gonna have to replace one or the other, or maybe even both. Okay, now I'm inside of my car on the passenger side. I squished myself under the glove box, so hopefully you're tiny like me, because this is a small space. There was a 4-way screw here and a 4-way screw here. This is what the inside looks like when you remove the first cover. This is where your blower motor and your blower resistor is. You have to slide the clips to the side. This right here is where your cabin air filter is. We're not going to change that yet. We're going to deal with the HVAC system first. After you slide the clips to the side, you can pull the cover off. Oh, don't forget to remove the electronic connection. This is your blower motor, and that's your blower resistor. Now I'm going to unscrew everything and pull it all out and clean it. But first I have to detach the blue wire and the red wire so I don't break anything. The tools I used was a 4-way screwdriver and a T20L tool. Don't forget, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Alright, this is the blower motor. Now I'm gonna clean this. I'm not exactly sure what to do, but I'm gonna learn. I'm actually excited because I've never held one in my hand before. Also, this is the blower resistor. Is it weird that I'm actually proud of myself? I've never done this before, but this is pretty cool. Okay, so what I've done so far is remove the red wire and the blue wire, and I cleaned the connections with this electronics cleaner. I didn't really do a thorough cleaning on this. I just cleaned the connections and then the fan. So while I'm waiting for the both of these to dry, I'm just gonna change my air filter. So all you do is slide the clips to the side, pull out the old air filter, and put in the new one and put the clips back. My God, I'm so sad. You know how the red wire connects to this metal thing? And this little metal tab is where the blue wire is supposed to connect. Well, as I tried to put the blower motor back in place, the metal tab snapped. Just because that little piece broke off, now I have to buy a brand new blower motor. They're like $300 and up. Hi guys, guess what? I just called the junkyard and they said they have a blower motor for $40. They said they tested it too and it works. $40 is definitely a lot cheaper than $300. So I guess I'm just gonna go to the junkyard now, but before I do that, I'm gonna put these parts right back into the car because I don't know if I can drive without these. What if the car explodes? Will it? So I've already put my blower motor back in, so that's good. But now I have to put the blower resistor back in and then head to the junkyard. I'm upside down. I'm gonna plug this in right quick. I know none of this works, but just in case so the car doesn't explode, I'm just gonna plug this in where they go. Woo! Okay, first I have to brush my teeth because I had some soda pop, and then we're going to the junkyard. Yay! I got it! How pretty! Okay, now we have to go home, okay? I'll see you at home. You guys, I'm so sad. So this is the one from the junkyard. And this is the one that came from my car. So originally when I called the junkyard, I asked if they had my car part. And they said they did, so to come on by. I said, that's great, I'll come on by. But what if I put the part in my car and it doesn't work? And they said, no ma'am, we always test our parts. It works. And I said, but what if it doesn't? Will you refund me? And he said, absolutely not. No refunds allowed. He specifically said, ma'am, you don't have to worry about refunds. Our parts work. We always test them. So now I'm at home. I try to put the part in and it doesn't work. I even tested it with my multimeter. But I just learned my lesson. Anytime you go to the junkyard, make sure you test it before you buy it. Or you can have them test it right in front of you. I called them and I said, hey, you guys specifically said you tested this part and it's not working. I need a refund, please. And he said, no refunds, ma'am. So I hung up the phone and I actually started crying. I called the junkyard back and I said, please, I can't drive in Texas with no AC. I really need my money so I can just go buy one that does work. And he said, okay, ma'am, just come on by and we'll test it again. And if it doesn't work, I'll go ahead and refund you. And I said, yay! Today is a new day. Guess what? I got my refund. I actually ordered the new blower motor. I also ordered a new resistor, although my original resistor was totally fine. I just didn't want to have to change this again. Imagine if the blower resistor went out too later on. So I just bought both to get it over with. Now I have heater and AC. Woohoo! Yay! It worked!